So the dick riders, they be like, how you say Steph Curry is not a top 5 point guard? First of all, let's do this. You cannot be a top 5 point guard and be a top 5 player. Stephen Curry's not a point guard. He's not a point guard. Draymond Green handles the ball more than Stephen Curry. So how are we going to say that you're in the conversation with Magic, Jason Kidd, John Stockton, Chris Paul, Byron Davis, Oscar Robertson, all of these great point guards, and you only handle the ball 30% of the time? The other 70% of the time, the ball's been handled by Draymond Green. So how can you put this man in the same class with them? You can't. You can't. Because he has no point guard responsibilities, but yet you're putting him in the point guard category. These people are top 10 in assists, top 10 in steals, top 10 in efficiency. Now, this is the way I look at it. Stephen Curry's like Prince, and I love Prince, and I thought Prince was like the greatest artist ever. But Prince didn't make nobody better. He didn't make nobody better. I mean, maybe his presence on your album would help you out, but when it came to Prince writing a song for you, you didn't get a hit out of that song. You had to take a song that Prince already wrote and sung and then remake it and make it a hit. But then you got Magic, Kidd, Stockton, Paul, Byron Davis, Oscar Robertsons. These are like your Teddy Riley's, your Baby Faces, your Jimmy Jams and Terry Lewis's. These are your producers. Because look at all the hits Babyface could have had. Look at Magic Johnson. All the points he could have scored. But he was making people better. DeAndre Jordan's whole career was based on Chris Paul. Blake Griffin. His career was made by Chris Paul. Chris Paul was Lob City. He was Lob City. When you talk about the Warriors, yeah, you first talk about Steph Curry. Unless we're talking about the teams Kevin Durant was on, then we're talking about Kevin Durant. We're talking about the Splash Brothers. So when you put Steph Curry in the point guard position, you're doing the point guard position a disservice. Now, does this take away from Steph Curry being like one of the greatest players to ever play the game? No. But you can't say he's a point guard because he didn't have point guard duties. In fact, when he was only on the court by himself, no Draymond, no Clay, no Kevin, no Jordan Poole, no Jimmy Butler, the efficiency of the ball handling goes down. It goes down for the Warriors. The Warriors have more turnovers when Steph Curry has to handle the ball because they put more pressure because there's no fear of, oh, there's a Jimmy Butler, there's Kevin Durant, there's Klay Thompson. There's no fear of him running around and Draymond finding him as he comes off the pick because he has to handle the ball because he's not a point guard. But the dick riders are going to get mad with this take. Is Stephen Curry one of the top 5 or top 10, however, wherever you want to put him? Is he one of the greatest players to ever play the game? Yes. But is he one of the greatest point guards? No.